Hey guys, Jeff here with Thrive Vans, and today I'm going to do a product review, and this is going to be about bike racks. So if you've seen any of our van tour videos, you know that we love the Owl B2 carrier with the one-up bike trays, and that just mounts on this door side. You can put a box, you can put the bikes. The problem is if you've got e-bikes, they're really too heavy for that, and in addition, good luck lifting a 70 or 80 pound e-bike up onto a tray that's this high. So we have an alternative that we use actually on our vehicles, and that is another product made by OneUp, but it's a trailer hitch mount. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to explain why it's my favorite bike rack for e-bikes. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is the bike rack, and this particular one is sold by Quiet Cat, who also make e-bikes, really good e-bikes. But so OneUp makes these racks, and they're branded for different companies. Quiet Cat has them, Owl sells them. I believe you can also buy them directly from OneUp. They're very similar in price. For the setup with 2 trays, you're looking at about $800. But what I like about this is it slides into the hitch, and then it's a 2-inch receiver, and then it has a little ball bearing. So you can see this little ball bearing right here, and you tighten it using an Allen key, and that pushes that bearing out and locks it in so that it doesn't rattle or shake in the hitch. That's something that's really nice. So I'll show you first of all how easy it is to put this on. It's pretty heavy. I don't know, it maybe weighs 40 or 50 pounds, maybe 30, 40 pounds, I don't know. But anyway, all you do is you slide this into the hitch. Pretty easy to do with one person. And then this is that Allen key I was showing you. So it comes with this pin and a lock. The problem is if you have a factory trailer hitch on a Sprinter, one of the newer models, there's not enough room because of the thing where the plug goes into is in the way. So you're not able to slide this pin in from this side. There's not enough room. If you slide it in from this side, you can get this on, but you're not able to turn the key and get it out. So what you've got to do is just use a regular pin with a cotter pin to hold it in. You won't be able to use this particular lock that comes with it, but on other vehicles it should work fine. We put this on my Ford F-150 truck, on Lisa's SUV, and it works fine with all of those. But on this, you're just going to have to use a regular pin. So on second thought, you actually can get it in there. It's a little bit tight, but you can reach up underneath. You can slide the lock in to the pin, and then you're able to get up underneath it and remove the key and put it back in. So it's a tight fit, but you can do it on here. The next thing you do is you adjust this to the distance out from the vehicle that you want it. And again, it has probably 4 or 5 inches of travel. And then you just tighten this down. So you can see right now, it wobbles and it's loose, but you just tighten this up, and now it's rock solid. Won't rattle at all. And this is a special Allen key that they sell. It's a large Allen key, but it has that hole in it, so it's kind of proprietary, and so it would make it a little bit more difficult for somebody to undo that. They would still have to cut the lock off in order to get the whole thing off. So just a couple of safety features. So now that you've got the hitch mounted, it has this thing where you can tighten it down if you want to just keep it in the lock position. In order to bring it down, you just undo that, and then you pull up on this bar. This bar is spring-loaded. You just pull up on it, and then you can lower it down to wherever you want. So I like to have it in this position for bikes. If you want to just do it, it has a few different positions where you can kind of lock it there. You can even bring it all the way down to there if you were trying to load bikes. That way, I find that the best position for loading the bikes is just flat, right there. So that's it. So now it's really easy to load e-bikes because you can see this is pretty low. Again, if you wanted to, you could drop it down, but it's really not that necessary. This particular rack will fit 2 e-bikes. You can actually mount a 3rd tray right here and have a 3rd one. That starts to get pretty heavy if you've got especially a fat tire e-bike. but you can do 3 if you want to. But for most people, 1 or 2 is all you need. So here's how you put the bikes on. So you will need to load the bikes opposite directions, one facing one way and one the other, and that just allows the handlebars and the pedals to clear each other. The trays are spaced far enough apart that the bikes, once they're mounted, won't touch. So if I was going to mount, I'd always mount the first bike on the back. All you have to do I'm going to open all these. So you just lift up this red pin and open it up all the way. So you'd open it like that. Now, really easy to load these bikes. This is about a 80-pound fat tire e-bike, about as heavy as they get. And all I do is I get it facing the direction that I want it. I get it about 6 or 8 inches from the rack. I hold the back brake in and I just back it up and lift the front on. Now I'm going to get the back on there, and now I can just lift up the back and just roll the front wheel right into there. Now it's going to hold it, and then I just lift the back up into place. And that's all there is to it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the back, and if you have fenders on your bike, you've got to adjust this bar so that it sits just under the fender, which is just about there. Then, once I slide this one up into place, I just come around and I lock the front one, and I crank it down pretty good so that it's compressing the tires a little bit. And you can see now that thing is rock solid. It's not going anywhere. I can tighten this one more notch, and that's it. It's that easy. If I was going to put a second bike, I just get the pedal in the position that I want it, and then I just do the same thing, load the front tire, load the back tire, slide these up. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's literally a 2-minute job to load the bikes on. Now, if you want a little bit of extra security, what I do is I have about a 6-foot cable, and I'll just run it through both of the bikes around the back of the lock and lock it. And that way, you know, if you're at a parked, quickly going into a gas station or even a stop light or something like that, somebody can't get off and easily steal your bikes. So I really love this bike rack. It's my favorite one for e-bikes. Number one is the ease of mounting it onto the vehicle, and then if I want to use it on one of our other vehicles, if we're just going up the canyon for a quick drive, we'll just take Lisa's SUV and take it up there. If we're going on a longer trip, we'll take the van. We can put it on any car that we want. Number two, it's low, so it's really easy to load the bikes onto. Number three is just how easy the one-up trays are to lock the bike in. And again, they're just rock solid. It's not going anywhere. We just got back from a trip up to Idaho, where we went mountain biking on forest trails up in the Sawtooth National Forest. It was awesome. We drove, you know, it was like 300 or 400 miles each way, dirt roads, and not dirt roads the whole way, but part of it was on dirt roads getting into the place we were going to ride, and we didn't have any issues at all with these moving around or rubbing against each other or anything like that. So one of the things I really liked about the Quiet Cat version of this rack, and the reason I bought it, is that it comes already set up for fat tire e-bikes. So you can buy, like, for example, the Owl or the One-Up, or I think it's labeled under a couple of different brands, and just buy a fat tire spacer kit. And all that does, everything's the same, it's just the spacing of this bar right here. This piece here and these spacers down here are just wider for fat tire e-bikes. Now, they do say that you can use the fat tire setup with standard size tires. So if you want to have it for fat tire e-bikes, but then you also are going to want to use it for other bikes, you can get the fat tire setup. It's about the same price whether you buy it all together, like from Quiet Cat, or if you buy the regular rack plus the fat tire spacer kit. Ends up being very similar in price. Now, just to quickly mention about our e-bikes, this is mine. Lisa also has one. These are Velotric. Love these bikes. Mine's the step over, hers is the step through. They're both, other than that, they're very similar. I did a lot of research on e-bikes, and if you want to buy an e-bike for under $2,000, this is my favorite one. It's got really good torque. Like I said, we were just up in the mountains of the Sawtooth National Forest, dirt roads, mud, water, climbing hills, and it did great. It has a good sized battery, 17.5 amp hour. The battery is UL listed, which is hard to find in under $2,000 fat tire e-bikes. Has a lot of really nice features. It has hydraulic disc brakes, a lot of things like that. If you'd like to hear a full review on these bikes, drop it in the comments and we'll do that. But really, really great e-bikes. Well, hopefully this video helped you out if you're looking for a bike rack for your van or another vehicle and you have e-bikes, especially fat tire e-bikes. If you felt like this video gave you value, then we'd love it if you could drop a comment or give us a thumbs up. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm and tells YouTube to show it to even more people. And if you want to see more videos about van life products, van builds, DIY stuff, then subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Thrive on. See ya.